Good evening, everyone. This is your girl, Coteria, and welcome back to my channel, My Opinion Vlog. Now, let's go ahead and get into Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has been all over social media all day because there are reports that are coming out about Nicki Minaj of her having marital issues with her current husband, Kenneth Petty. Now, this come as a shocking surprise to many of us because ever since she's been married, and way before she got married to Kenneth Petty, we have never heard no type of accusations of cheating or infidelity with her and Kenneth Petty. I know she's been married to him for about 4 or 5 years, and she dated him about 1.5 years before she tied the knots. I believe she met him back in 2019, around that year. But like I said, they hit it off. Now, mind you, what I got from their relationship, I was told that he was an old fling. She knew him from around the way. She knew him from New York. I believe she knew him back in high school, is what I had heard years ago when she first started dating him, because we didn't know who this guy was. All I know is that he was very handsome, high yellow, and all of a sudden, this guy just popped up out of nowhere, and we seen a picture of them, cuddled up. He had his arms around her, and it looked like they was at like a little bar, like they was leaning against a pool table. If y'all remember that very first picture, and she had a hoodie on, and I was happy for her because y'all know she had just broken up with Meek Mills, and y'all know that relationship went left. Meek Mill definitely was physically and verbally abusive to Nicki Minaj. He called her out her name. He disrespected her. He dog walked her. He treated her like crap. Prior to Meek Mills, of course, she had a decade-long relationship with Safari Samuel. I thought they was a cute couple. One thing I can say about Safari Samuel, he may be many things, but one thing he's not is a womanizer. He never really disrespected her, called her out her name. He was a gentleman. He's opened the doors for her, opened the car door. He's a pander to Nicki Minaj the way she wanted to be treated. But, I felt like Nicki Minaj kind of like thought that he was a punk, a pussy, or maybe, Safari Samuel was too, I want to say, like, not masculine for her, because she started to disrespect him towards the end of their relationship. And also it was rumors that she cheated on Safari Samuel with Meek Mills. So like I said, she has, a history of she haven't had a really good dating history in the recent years. And then, she had a little jump off with Quavo. But we thought that she met her match, the love of her life, when she got with Kenneth Petty. Like I said, fast forward now, 2024, we in June. Now, Nicki Minaj have alluded to her being single on IG. She made a post last night, which left, a lot of us with a lot of questions, wondering what's going on. People thought it was a single. Maybe she's dropping new music. You understand? But this kind of confirmed. I didn't want to touch it until I kind of got more context, like more information regarding this. But when I seen the 2 little short viral videos that's circulating all over social media, I'm very comfortable to say that Nicki Minaj is having some type of marriage issues with Kenneth Petty. And it looked like it's some type of cheating allegations going on. Now, she only gave us bits and pieces. She only made a post last night or the night before her Pink Friday 2 tour that she's currently touring over there in United Kingdom. On one of the songs that she was set to perform, it seemed like it was one of her love slow melody songs. It could be from her Pink Friday 2 album. She was talking to her audience, her fans, and she was just saying that, she don't want to be in love no more. Like, she's kind of done with love. And she was just saying she don't like to be lied to. She rather not be in a relationship with a liar. So she was like kind of hinting on, having marital issues, information, with her saying this, a married woman just not going to say this. And this is not lyrics to a song. It seemed like she was venting. She was just basically letting her fans know what she's kind of going through. Like I said, Nicki's giving us bits and pieces of what's going on with her marriage with Kenneth Petty without giving us a full story. But just with those bits and pieces, we could kind of, put things together that something in the water is not clean between her and Kenneth Petty. They're going through something. And she just using, her audience, and she venting to her barbs. Nothing wrong with that, but I gotta let it be known that Nicki Minaj is the one who brought this information to social media. It was not exposed. It was not leaked by any close source. She letting us know what's going on before, somebody else beat her to the punch, which that's the right thing to do. You understand? Now, the second video I seen is her. It looked like this was at night. She had a little coat on. Maybe it might be cold over there in the UK. And it like she was talking to a set of her barbs, her fans that met her on the street. And it looked like she was slurring her speech. It also sounded like her Trinidadian accent. She had a Trinidad accent sometimes when she talks. And she was just asking them like a little trivia questions about her music. You understand? But she was slurring very, very heavy. It looked like she was intoxicated. You understand? She was also kind of staggering a little bit as she was talking to them, pointing her fingers, but she was definitely slurring. So you could tell she was under some type of substance of alcohol at that time. This is not a good look. You can tell that this ain't no, okay, I came from the club, I'm high, I don't have a good time. This is that I've been drinking because I'm upset, I'm frustrated, I'm kind of like having an emotional breakdown type of moment, and she just decided to, stop and interact with her fans. And she's really good at that. And that's one thing I do like about Nicki Minaj. When she see her fans, a lot of times she will address them. But at this moment, I felt like security should have took control and kind of like directed her to where she was going. I'm not sure she was going into a hotel where she was going, but I don't think they should have stopped her knowing that she was basically having some type of, speech impediment issues. She was kind of like slurring while she was talking. They should have stopped her mid-sentence and be like, what, thank you, we got to go. But, the security guards let her have her moment. And of course, the fans are going to record this because that's their idol. They love Nicki. But at the same time, whoever recorded the video, they didn't waste no time to release this on social media to kind of make fun and almost kind of have an embarrassing moment with the Nicki slurring. We can see that something is going on. Okay, this is not her normal state. She's normally bubbly, outgoing. And y'all know I hate the way Nicki talk when she kind of gets into her spaces, when she do a live, and how she always laid back, sound like she's high. This was none of this. She sounded like herself, but just with a little Trinidad accent, and she just was slurring her speech. So this is very telling. Now with this video, it had a lot of the barbs, a lot of people that supporting like Nicki. It had them very, very much concerned about what's going on with her mental state. Because it seemed like she don't check out. She's, on the streets here in the UK. She's staggering, speech is slurring. This is not her usual self. Something is going on. You understand? And like I said, this is not a good time type of high or I drunk too much at a club. This is something deep. But like I said, time would tell. It's going to come full circle as to what's been going on. We all assuming that he have cheated on her. He might have. Now, let's go ahead and get into Kenneth Petty past, because Kenneth Petty have a very shady, sketchy, womanizer past. Now, Kenneth Petty got 5 children. Okay? I believe he definitely have 3 baby mamas. I'm not sure 4. Y'all can correct me. He definitely have 3 baby mamas. Okay? He has a past. He's a good looking guy. He's known in New York. He gets around, and, Nicki knew of this. Nicki knew he had all these children with these, different baby mamas. So she knew that she married a man with a lot of baggage, but she didn't want to judge him on his past. He also has this, pedophile record under his name. She knew of that too. And ever since she got with Kenneth Petty, it didn't take long for us to find out that he has that pedophile charge under his name. Ever since that came out, Nicki Minaj has not been able to rest when it comes down to her husband. She took a lot of, shots when it came down to Kenneth Petty. She lost a lot of endorsement deals. She lost a lot of her Barb's fans because they didn't like this at all. Okay, but in the midst of her dating Kenneth Petty, she always shielded, protected her man's name, his honor. She went back and forth with a lot of folks, on behalf of her husband. Even the young lady that he was convicted of, sexually assaulting her. The Jennifer girl, she called her a liar, called her out and basically was trying to get her to recant her statement. So Nicki Minaj has been fighting a lot of people for Kenneth Petty on his behalf because she really loved that man. And whatever she's seen in him, ain't nobody can tell her different. Nobody can tell her different. Nobody can tell her nothing. She decided to turn a new leaf with Kenneth Petty and leave the past in the past. Even though, a lot of people was warning Nicki, you need to stay away from him. Be careful. Remember, Kenneth Petty is a convicted felon. He used to, push numbers, drugs. He was a street guy. He has this really bad boy reputation from New York, way back when. I'm not sure if he still got that type of, if he still, got that momentum now in New York. But I know he was a well-known, drug dealer and a booster and a hustler in New York. And I think that's what kind of turned her on to him. You understand? So, like I said, Kenneth Petty have a very, very sketchy, shady past. And a lot of people from New York kind of knows this, and she knows this too. But I always felt like Nicki Minaj, like the bad boys, the bad guys, the thugs, the street niggas, the guys that, is very tough, the ones that's basically being asked and asking questions later. She likes those type of guys. Look at Big Mills. You understand? She like thuggish type of guys, is what I'm saying. So, like I said, she been knew what Kenneth Petty, was and where he came from. And she took a lot of heat, She took a lot of smoke on behalf of Kenneth Petty. She gets into it with a lot of people that come for her husband, but she knew what it was when she decided to say, I do with this man. I personally felt like she should have just was dating him. I personally felt like she shouldn't have had the child, but he's here. He's a very, very beautiful, handsome young man. Shout out to Papa Bear, very beautiful, handsome, son she has. But like I said, we here now. I really wish she would have not got married and had the child and was dating him. But she, like I said, she lost a lot of support, a lot of endorsement deals behind marrying this man. A lot of people didn't agree. And then now fast forward, this man is stepping out with his ankle monitor and cheating on Nicki Minaj while she's touring and making money. And we all know Nicki Minaj is the breadwinner of the marriage and of their relationship. He does not work. He's basically, as I would say, Nicki Minaj, kind of stay-at-home husband. Okay, she works and he stays at home, or he's her bodyguard. And that's another thing I felt like that's why she got with Kenneth Petty, because she wanted somebody to protect her and had that gangster tough, reputation. So ain't nobody could try her to come at her sideways. Because y'all know Nicki Minaj had a very tough time a couple of years ago with the male beings in the industry disrespecting her. So I feel like she got with Kenneth Petty for a number of reasons. One of them is for protection. You understand? Also because, yeah, he got street cred. Basically, he's a tough guy. But she knew he didn't have a job. She knew he didn't really have no money. You understand? Like I said, now he used to, run the corners years ago, but he don't have that type of reputation now. But she knows this. But like I said, it's kind of very surprising. And we all are shocked. It is very surprising and shocked that he's stepping out on Nicki while she's working. And see, this is why this is why a couple of months ago, she asked a judge, can they grant him to go overseas to the UK to tour, while she's touring it, for him to be with her as a security guard, because she wants to keep eyes on him. And I'm like, if you got to do all that, then I don't want you. If I got to watch my man, like if I'm watching my 3-year-old son, that's too much. If I can't trust him and I know he had, his past of women, then I don't want to, be married to a man like that. I got to watch like a hawk. So like I said, she know what's up with Kenneth Petty. So I don't know when the cheating happened or when it started, but of course he cheated. He did something. I mean, it's infidelity because, her saying she's single. No, he didn't steal her money. No, he didn't disrespect her. He cheated on Nicki. We can all put the two together. But like I said, it's going to come out soon, eventually. But I do feel bad for Nicki Minaj. She's going through this. She don't deserve it. No woman deserves to get cheated on, especially when you faithful and you working so hard and you have a scrub, as a husband sitting home and he not helping you with anything financially. And all he got to do is sit home and be the house nigga, and he can't do that. He's around here, on his phone, on IG, and looking at girls, half naked and showing they BBL ass, botch ass and botch body and stuff like that. while she's over there working, he's fantasizing over these girls and jumping in their inbox. See, in my mind, I've always felt like Kenneth Petty, will also double back around the block with his baby mamas if he had the chance to. I've always had this in my mind. I just never spoke about it. But I always felt like, he would still be effing his baby mamas if he was given a chance to, if she wasn't watching him like a hawk. So like I said, in due time, all this information is going to come out. But she just need to go ahead and divorce him. I know she signed paperwork for, alimony and stuff. I feel bad for the son that they share, because they have a beautiful, handsome son. And y'all know how this goes. He probably love his son. And a man, when it come down to his son, that's a different type of, situation that you got to kind of get into. You understand? So I don't know if she's going to stay in the marriage or divorce, or they're going to separate. But it's sad to see. It's really, I don't wish this on no woman. It's sad that she's going through this, but it's better now than never, or, dealing with this. And I believe Nicki Minaj might have knew what was going on, but swept this under the rug and gave him chances after chances, because she don't want to be embarrassed by this situation. Because remember, she went to bats for this man. She called everybody liars when it came down to her husband, and now he got her looking crazy. It always happens. It always happens this way. She needs to go ahead and divorce and move on with her life and continue, being a mother to her beautiful son. She got the money. And like I said, Nicki Minaj can find any man. She can have any man that she wants to. But I just hope, the next time around, she just takes her time. She's 41, 42, I think about 42. Take your time. Be a mother to your son and just date. I won't say marry someone so soon. But like I said, that's all I got to say regarding Nicki Minaj. But this is sad to see. It really is. And I wish her the best, and I hope she, get some therapy. A lot of women go through this. I've been through this, a few times in my life. You understand, of course, she's married to him. This is not her boyfriend. This is not a baby daddy. This is her husband. They have a child together. So it's a lot that got to be taken into consideration before she walks away or file for a divorce. But if she decides to work it out, that's her business. That's her husband. But all right, y'all, catch y'all later.